Studio Funk.
Hello, welcome back to Studio Funk. Yes, we're back. And it always feels good to be back. I have to say, that's becoming an expectation to start the show with that line now. If I don't start the show with that line, people are going to be like, is he okay? Is he alright? Oh man. Anyways, hope everyone out there's doing okay. Enjoying your summer so far. Right now here in the UK, it is hot. With a capital H. As I'm recording this right now, the temperature is rising. And speaking of temperature rising, on today's show, we're definitely going to turn up the heat with a fabulous guest from the Bay Area, San Francisco, USA, record collector, DJ, designer, Mr. Big Happy. And I have to say, I have been really looking forward to sharing this one with you all. Mainly because I have been trying to pin him down for an interview for quite a while. But the time has now come. You feel that you're just wasting time. So on today's show, in an interview, we get into great discussions about himself, his history, moving to the Bay Area, his vision on record collecting, preserving history, and keeping the culture alive. And to be honest, that's what Mr. Big Happy is about. If you're new here to Studio Funk, or in fact, if you're new here to Mr. Big Happy, I can honestly say he's one of the great people on the scene at the moment who continually provides insight and gives back towards the culture. So man, I'm really proud to have him on the show today. Despite the temperature of being really hot as I'm recording this right now, ironically, we still got to warm things up. And to start it off, we're going to start in 1982 with this Holy Grail boogie track from the UK. Fantastic reissue, recently released on Freestyle Records. This is La Famille with a track called Dancer. Anyways, let's get into the vocal version.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Fantastic new release from Athens of the North. This is Arthur Ponder with a track called If You Want My Love. Previously unreleased, unlocked from the vault. Studio Funk coming up soon. Exclusive interview with Mr. Big Happy. But until then, let's raise the temperature.
Pride. listening Studio Funk, the best on the modern funk.
proud to have another special guest to sit down with me today, coming all the way from San Francisco, who is a record collector, DJ, artist, and designer. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to present Mr. Big Happy.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm
Happy
good.
to be here.
I'm good, man. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. It's been a little process to get here, but really excited to have this conversation.
Yeah, it's definitely taken a while for us to get to this point. Not to give people too much insight on the background, but many different takes to arrange to get this date sorted. But we're here now. We're here.
Absolutely.
How's you today?
Pretty good. Just we've been having a really nice heat wave out here, which is a really rare thing out here in San Francisco. It's especially in my neighborhood. It's usually filled with clouds and it's pretty chilly, but soaking in all this wonderful heat has got me motivated and inspired to do some cool stuff that I've been putting on the back burner. Nice.
That cloudy weather that you usually said about sounds like the UK. So
yeah, exactly.
I'm proud to hear that you're having a heat wave, because the UK at the moment, we're going through some nice weather as well. So yeah, it feels like summer has arrived.
Amazing. I have quite a few friends that were out from the UK that lived out here in this area, and all of them had the same thing to say about it. They were like, it's very, very similar climate, and they were hoping to come to California for the sunshine, but sometimes you get pushed into these areas that have very similar spaces.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about San Francisco in terms of like what it's like to live out there. Because I think quite a while back I had some friends who like moved out there, worked out there for a bit, and it always sounds glorious. And in terms of like, 'cause I know it's a hub as well for a lot of tech industries as well.
Yeah.
It's quite leading in that way, in that kind of factor. And I think am I right? You've been living out there for quite a long time now?
Yeah, I've been out here for a little over 16 years. We moved out here in the 2000s, me and my wife, and we've seen some changes happening. When I came out here to pursue my degree in fine arts, I actually got my master's at San Francisco State. That was primarily my main focus back then, and during that time, I was kind of we were right in the middle of things, having another shift in terms of like how the city was responding to all of the new technology, all the new jobs, and everything that it was pushing. Gentrification was starting to happen, and there was just a lot of positive and negative things about the city. But I found that you just kind of take what you have, and you make the most of it, and you have fun doing what you're doing, and you can figure things out. You don't have to get caught into these little buckets of categories of things, and just kind of do you. When we were first out here, when I was in grad school, I was actually doing a lot of DJing out here, and it was mainly club stuff. My wife was booking me for parties out here. This was like early Serato days, and I was kind of caught up in that loop and just doing all kinds of open format sets, and it was fun. The pay was good, especially as a grad student. You're kind of making these really awesome connections and doing all these really cool things. But I got really burnt out, especially as the music genres on the commercial side started shifting. I was really put off by it and just stopped altogether and just started focusing on my career, and started really diving deep into design, and started really focusing on my record collection more, and just really became more in tune with that, and just kind of gave up that whole DJing fantasy I had, and wasn't really caring about it anymore. And it actually wasn't until recently where I started having that love for it again. And it was definitely, I think, a byproduct of COVID. I I don't think if it weren't for COVID, I wouldn't have started posting anything about my records. I was, pretty private about that. And I think it was a really good opportunity to just put stuff out there and share. And it got me into some fun spaces with conversations with folks, and I met a lot of people. So I know that was a tangent, but that's kind of where we landed and how the city has shaped me musically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a really interesting one, really, because I know we'll get to more about the record collecting side of things, because I think listeners of the show, most of them might know you for like your quite eclectic collection and share through Instagram, and you also have your NTS show and various other things that you do, like meeting people and such. It's quite interesting, like I said, that you got that inspiration to start doing this through the depth of the pandemic, and because that opportunity of that time where everyone's at home and not much to do with free time, but just to like spend time with your music. And within that time period as well, you were able to like go deep dive into it and start sharing it. And I'm definitely quite appreciative of like you yourself doing that and sharing your collection with us. And as you continue to share to this very day. Thank
you. Yeah, it's been quite a journey of has really spun into something special. Like I mentioned earlier, just having these conversations with folks that I've never met in person or chatted a few times with on Instagram. And I wasn't really big on the whole social media thing, even though I'm in the tech world. I'm a designer, but it was just something I wasn't really into as much as a lot of folks. And I think in the last 2 years, I really started investing a little more time in it, because I saw the impact it had and how many great connections you can meet and have conversations with like-minded folks. It just really it made the connections feel really tight across the world with people, and I am really appreciative of that. I think there's a lot to learn from folks, and that was always something I wanted to do. From my artist side, I'm also a trained painter. That's what I got my master's in, and I always wanted to build a bridge with the artist community, but just kind of fell short from that because, because of the cost of living out here was so crazy. I had to shift gears and figure out how to make a living, and just kind of went that route and just kind of put other things on the side. But now that I have everything all figured out and situated, I jumped back to the music side and just really started putting a little more passion towards that part of my interest. And because of the pandemic, I was able to share some of the stuff I've accumulated over the years, and it's been a really interesting thing now, learning about how rare some of these records have gotten, and chasing all the stuff that folks are recommending. It's just been a whole amazing community of folks behind it. Yeah, definitely. I think it reminds me of a time when I first set up my Instagram account for Studio Funk and started sharing stuff. And I realized as well that, wow, there's a lot of other people who similar to myself in this. And and thankfully through Instagram and stuff, that's how we got to meet and how we got to like become friends through that platform, and then follow and just appreciate what other people are doing. And yeah, it's definitely an interesting time for social media in that way, because I'm probably similar to you in that regards. Actually, is that before pandemic, I would be using it, but I think I was using it for like a different reason. Perhaps because similar to yourself, I'm a designer as well, and that's another kind of like side business or job that I do as well. And I was using the social media towards those kind of things that I was looking into, and then the pandemic definitely shifted that a lot more forward with the music, because
I was in a great opportunity to like start sharing a bit more about my collection and the things that I was into as well. So I definitely feel like the pandemic is like the the silver lining to us DJs and record collectors out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's the community itself is just, it could be a little jaded sometimes, but I think if you could just stay away from that side of it, it's a really precious thing. I think a lot of people really care about the music, and I mean, you have various folks invested, and it becomes a really special thing. And I really enjoy having something to share with folks. So it's almost like collecting baseball cards, right? But it's more than that. You can actually, look at the amazing label art, and then you have this wonderful 3 to 4 minutes of beautiful music, or just something super obscure. Sometimes when you really sit and think about it, it's some of these songs are were someone's dreams at one point that failed. And I think that in itself is a very romantic notion to think about. And it becomes part of you, and you start to really invest into these stories that were told by, people who were struggling or who had aspirations to become something big, or were inspired by other musicians. The funny thing, and we always mention a lot of the artists from the 80s were very inspired by two people, Michael Jackson and Prince. And you get a lot of these kind of artists who sound a little similar. So in a sense, these artists kind of help push that style out further. And, it becomes something in itself.
Yeah, that's a really interesting point. The inspiration of Prince and Michael Jackson, when you realize how big it must have been at the time, it's like they were like the two biggest artists in the world, and everyone was inspired by them, which is not a bad thing, mind you. It's not a bad thing.
yeah. No, you have so many parties dedicated to both of them, and it's a world of its own. That's for sure. But yeah, I've really put a lot of energy into my 7-inch collection. It hasn't always been that way. I used to collect everything. I started collecting records when I was about 13 or 14 years old. I grew up about 2 hours away from San Francisco in a town called Merced, California. It's right in the Central Valley. It's a very agricultural town. My family migrated over from Mexico, and they've been here for 4 generations now. But my dad still, he works in the agricultural industry. He shakes almond trees for a living, and it's an honest day's work, and it's hard work, and he always taught me to just keep pushing, and he supported me creatively. And I got really involved with the hip hop scene when I was young. I was too chubby to break dance, so I really kind of focused in around DJing and graffiti, and that was what really propelled me into the graffiti obviously pushed me towards the art side, and the DJing pushed me towards the music side. And I was collecting a lot of hip hop records, blaxploitation. I had a really complete, almost complete collection of blaxploitation albums, and I got those all just through digging around Merced. There were so many amazing places out there. There was this guy named Dave who used to have he was an oddball, eccentric fella. He had this antique store, but he had mountains of records, and well-known people would come out there to dig. I heard Shadow used to come out there. Just all the usual cats would come out there and pick through. But you would find amazing stuff there, and that's kind of where I started to build my collection. And I got to about, I don't know, I think it was around 4,000 records, 4,000 or 5,000 records. It wasn't massive, but it was all like cherry picked stuff that I really enjoyed, and it went with me until I was about, 19, 20 or so. And I was in a relationship at the time, and let's just say my records burned down in a garage fire. Yeah, so I lost pretty much all my records, and that was a really hard thing to accept. That had happened. I spent so much time investing in that, and I was just really turned off by the whole idea of collecting records again. And luckily I found something else to focus on, and I just, man, it was kind of hard, and I didn't pick up collecting records again maybe until the mid 2000s. And then I just really slowly started picking up stuff here and there, and I have one of those personalities where I get really obsessive about things, so I slowly started seeing myself gradually getting more obsessed about it. And I think over the course, from then to now, it's just kind of catapulted into this crazy obsession that I have of like finding stuff. I'm finding records every way I can. Like I'm calling artists. I'm going to private record digs, Discogs, eBay, local stores. I'll hit the estate sales around the neighborhood. There's still a lot of stuff to be found in San Francisco, which is great. But I try to do as many. I try to do as much as I can to obtain the records that I'm looking for, or being introduced to new stuff. But I'm really picky about when I'm bringing into my collection now. I'm not just grabbing anything. It has to kind of be vetted through me and I have to listen to it, and if I like it, I'll bring it into I call it my archive, because it's not just me shelving music. I'm putting documents behind it, and any kind of write-ups or any kind of notes I have are attached to the records. But yeah, so just going back to growing up in Merced, it was kind of a fun, interesting place to be. It really helped push me into a lot of directions. I was at an early age, I was not only was I into hip hop, I also got really big into the rave scene, and I would drive out here. Well, I wouldn't drive. I'd be with some friends who were older, doing some crazy stuff. And I would come out to San Francisco and Oakland, and I'd tell my parents I was sleeping over somewhere else, at a friend's house or whatnot, and just sneak over for a couple days and just party. Man, it was insane times to be out here in San Francisco during the 90s in Oakland. A lot of amazing parties, and I always really appreciated the energy out here. It's just been such a special place, and I think that's what really kind of that's how I gravitated towards moving out here. It was also huge in the graffiti scene. I mean, the amazing amount of artists out here that were doing things. You used to see amazing graffiti everywhere, and it's kind of changed. It's not really like that anymore, but being out here in the 90s, you'd come out and see a twist piece, on Market Street. You'd see a reminisce piece. Used to do these amazing black and white horses around town. You would see early cause posters up.
Wow.
Just amazing stuff. Those days really allowed you to reflect on yourself creatively, because you were around creative people, even if you didn't want to be. It was just a creative place to be. So I think I found my love through all that, and I've been out here for a little over 16 years now, and my wife is always asking if we would ever consider moving from here. She's been really kind of anxious to move to Los Angeles, because we've been doing a lot of stuff out there and travel back there pretty often. But my heart's here, and I at this point in my life, I'm still really invested in being in San Francisco, and I'm trying to stick around. A lot of my friends have left. It's another thing. People are leaving because the cost of living out here is just ridiculous now. But you can find your way around it, and if you're fortunate enough to figure those things out, you can stick around and really experience what the city still has to offer. I feel like there's a rebirth happening. There's a lot of things that are being revisited. The 90s are kind of back again. Obviously the 80s, stuff is here. We're playing the 80s stuff, and it's been here for a long time. I mean, I'm trying not to go on too many tangents, but the scene itself has been a pretty big. It's been a pretty big part of the identity of the city. There's been numerous parties out here, but the big one that sticks out that's still rocking today is Sweater Funk. That was a party that has inspired a lot of folks, and I mean that whole crew is they're all amazing people, and I've got to known them over the years, and they really helped cultivate that sound in the Bay Area. So shout out to them.
Sweater Funk, definitely a crew and a group of people, shall I say, that embedded a culture and started doing it quite a while back, and still doing it to this day. And also, just to say about culture with San Francisco, it sounds like to me it's definitely a place that sounds like it embeds culture and likes to hold on to it. Even though in the past, like you said, the graffiti stuff kind of phased out a bit. And I think this happened to most places, to be honest, because I do remember late 90s, early 2000s, a lot of places were rich with graffiti. And then as we moved on a bit more, I think local councils and government obviously shut it down and stuff. But yeah, because I remember obviously key points, not myself to go on a tangent now, but I'm thinking about places like in New York. 5 Points is a good place, for example. I've been there a couple of times, which is located just outside of Queens. But anyway, it's like a big place. It's just like really embedded graffiti all over. And now that doesn't exist. It's like completely gone, and that losing that bit of culture. So it sounds like to me, like for yourself, it's like you obviously embracing and loving your time in San Francisco is sometimes it could be down to the fact that the culture there is obviously something that you thrive off and, you know, you like to be part of, and you want to contribute towards it as well going forward.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna get you.
Oh no. What's this feeling coming over me?
What's the matter?
My head's spinning.
Do you need some Tylenol?
No, I'm not no Tylenol. Oh no. In the madness of the moment, my head started to spin. Out of my body comes the creature from within. I tried to resist, I really fought the loss of control. But this music had my body, my mind, and my soul. The heat of the beat got into my feet, and the melody made me shake. That's when this trance was complete, and this freak started to break. The pop, the lock, and the moonwalk were all at my command. I can spin on my head, turn on my back, break a one foot or one hand. I stood on the floor being too cool, stared at everybody just like a fool. Suddenly I closed my eyes, I moved just like a breaker to my surprise. Goosebumps popped all over my skin. Everything I did it again. When I danced some more. I found myself all over the floor. Keep on breaking. Keep on breaking. When the moon is full and I'm up on the dance floor, I swoon to the tune and I start to break my mind and body once more. I can dance all night if that's alright. Just keep the music playing. Since I've lost control of my rock and roll soul, on the dance floor I'll be staying. Breaking is good, breaking is sweet, breaking is on the run. I'll be physically fit, have wisdom and wit, and I'll be having fun. When I broke it, felt real nice. I fell to the floor and I did it twice. I started at 6, ended at 8, but the time for breaking is never too late. No matter how much I try to fight, the feeling is there all day and night. I continue my breaking from 8 to 9. I feel shaking and I'm breaking up and down my spine. Keep breaking, don't stop it. Keep dancing, don't quit it. I couldn't stop breaking, I was ready to go. Popped up in the middle of an Oreo. Keep breaking, don't stop it. Keep dancing, don't quit it. I saw one breaker who used the broom. Then I thought I had met my doom. Keep breaking, don't stop it. Keep dancing, don't quit it. I warmed up my breaker shoes. Everybody thought I was gonna lose. When he got up, I got down. My back hit the floor and I was spinning around. I jumped up, turned to one side. In 3 seconds I was doing the slide. There I guessed I was gonna win. Yes, I did it again. In the madness of the moment, my head started to spin. Out of my body comes the creature from within. I tried to resist, I really fought the loss of control. But this music had my body, my mind, and my soul. The heat of the beat got into my feet, and the melody made me shake. That's when this trance was complete, and this freak started to break. The pop, the lock, and the moonwalk were all at my command. I can spin on my head, turn on my back, and break on one foot or one hand. When the moon is full and I'm up on the dance floor, I swoon to the tune and I start to break my mind and body once more. I can dance all night if that's alright. Just keep the music playing. Since I lost control of my rock and roll soul, on the dance floor I'll be staying. Breaking is good, breaking is sweet, breaking is on the one. I'll be physically fit, have wisdom and wit, and I'll be having fun. I started to break and then I couldn't stop. My joints started to cracking and I had to pop. There wasn't a thing that I couldn't do. My mind and my body just had to move.
And talking about giving back to the culture and thinking about modern day, I know recently as well you've been working with a record label that goes by the name of Athens of the North. Or let's say notorious Athens of the North record label coming out of Edinburgh. And I know you worked alongside, which is a good friend of yours, Daniel Mathis, on a release that came out earlier this year, which was Memphis with a 7-inch record with Shaken Rock to the Police Knock and with the flip of Inside My Love.
Yeah, it's been a fun time working with you and on Athens of the North projects. But I'll back up a little bit. So just going back to how special these moments have been through Instagram and sharing records with folks. I think it was a little over 2 years ago now. I purchased a record from Daniel. It was the Brotherhood Band, and the track is called Leather Pants, and the other side is Nikki's Theme. Beautiful record, amazing. And I was talking to Daniel about it, we messaged each other, and that was actually our first exchange, and we just kind of hit it off, man. We were just really hyped around a lot of stuff, and he had just put out that compilation with Chad, the Stone Crush compilation, all about the Memphis sound, and so I already had known the stuff that he was working on, and I was pretty excited to just chat with him about it. And I just kind of grew into a friendship, and we just really started vibing and talking about records. And me being in California, him being out there, I would hit him up and be like, "Yo, I found this record, this artist. Do you want to maybe swing by the house or like give him a call and set something up?" So it kind of really developed into this back and forth, friendship, and he'd do the same out here for me, and so we were just really vibing off that stuff. And he was telling me about this project he was doing with Athens of the North, about trying to do a reissue with the Memphis record, and the group is called Memphis, and I happened to have a mint copy of that record, and it was the one that we actually used for the reissue. So I got that transferred out here by my guy out here. He used to work for Stax. He's an amazing audio transfer
Nice.
engineer. And the cool thing about the record I had, it actually came with a mailer, and there's still no. This is the only mailer I've ever seen. I still haven't even posted an image of it, but it has some pretty vital information on it. So it was allow us to at least dive a little deeper into part of that group.
Oh,
and,
wow.
It was pretty special moment just to put, because Daniel had done a lot of research behind it. He's he was already in conversation with Jerry, who was one of the members, and, but there was that missing piece, and I was able to kind of help put a little bit of more information behind it. So those are the types of things that really fueled mine and Daniel's friendship. As we started to really go deeper and deeper, we started proposing some of these records to Ewan, and Ewan was just like, "Yeah, man, let's get these on the catalog." So, as of now, we have a little over, I want to say between 10 and 16 records coming out off Athens,
Wow.
off the stuff that we've found together, and it's some really heavy stuff. I can't really get into the details of what those are yet, but it's heavy for sure. A lot of great stuff, and Yeah, so that's kind of where that started, and just really excited to push some of these records out. I know there's long conversations we can have about the whole reissue thing, but I was kind of indifferent about it. But the more and more initially I didn't really care about reissues. But the more and more I started to talk to the artists, and some of them are going through real life struggles, and some of them just didn't have the exposure, and for me, it's become more than just like having clout or having something that no one else has or no one else could, get. And, it's not really a flex piece for me anymore. It's great to have, but at the same time, I want to see if I can help get the artists and accolades that they should have gotten, back then. Maybe the timing wasn't right, but it's something to be. I think it's something to for us. It's a responsibility to help out these artists. At least get them a little cash or some exposure, and let them shine for a bit.
nice to hear. Really nice to hear. And yeah, it does bring a lot more purpose then towards the reissue in terms of like, you know, reason why it's done. And let's say, or like knowing that when people buy that music, their music, not the music, sorry, but the money is going towards something. And, you know, there is the whole big conversation about reissues, yeah, because personally, like, I wouldn't want to see another reissue of, let's say, I don't know, a Blondie record or something like that, or something quite common, but you know that you could easily obtain the record if you really wanted to, but it doesn't need to be reissued for the 100th time. But there's something nice about records that are, you know, never saw the light of day. A lot of these records that, especially the ones that you're finding here, is that they're so scarce in numbers that, you know, it's the actual odds of finding a copy in good condition as well, mind you, is very low. And I'm sure that you probably feel quite lucky to be in situations to find these copies of records. And, you know, it's a wonderful story with the Memphis one, especially when you find extra information that surrounds it. It just makes it even more of a worthwhile find.
Yeah, you know, just I think putting yourself out there as much as you can, you know, to the right folks, and you know, just finding connections to people who have similar interests, I think goes way further than any other way of getting records. Because if you think about it, you know, everyone has their connections, but if you're linked up with folks who collect, or, you know, who DJ or both, chances are they're going to hit you up at some point for a trade, or you know, if maybe they need to sell some stuff off real quick, and you kind of get first dibs, you know. So you have a lot of those really amazing opportunities outside of being in the field looking for stuff, or, you know, scouring Discogs all day long. There's more chances that you're going to find some rarities, you know, from those folks. And I think at this point, at least where I'm at now, I feel like I've casted a wide enough net to where folks hit me up and I have opportunities to do some trade, or, you know, to snatch some stuff up from them. And it's become a really kind of cool thing, you know. It's something that I'm really lucky to be a part of, and to kind of have that like inner circle of friends who are shifting stuff around. But, you know, there are still those moments where you get super lucky, and it's all about timing. Like, somebody could have hit this artist up 5 years ago and they did not want to talk to anymore. Like, they weren't having it. And, you know, somebody hits them up today and they're willing to chat, you know, and I hit a lot of those spots, and I get these artists going, and I talk to them. I think it's because I come off to them as somebody who actually cares about what they're going through, and just really try to help them out. And they open up a bit, and you know, next thing you know, there's like a treasure trove of records they have, and, you know, I'll give them money for them. I try to be really fair with how much I give them, knowing how much I could, you know, sell them or trade for. But I generally trade. I really don't sell as much as I should, but I think for me, there's more value in trading. But yeah, so like, you know, calling artists up is a really big thing, and it's not as easy as you think. Like, there are so many things that I have like learned about tracking people down. I don't want to give up my special recipe, but I'll just say it's a lot of details that you have to pay attention to sometimes. Like, there are a lot of things that connect artists to one another, and it's just a really it's kind of like a math problem. You know, you're looking for the answer, but you can't really find it, or you can't figure it out at that point until you invest a little more, and you know, you experience some trial and error, and the next thing you know, you solved it. And that happens a lot. But when you do that, you know that that particular artist has been so hard to find that there's been several cases where I have been the first person to ever talk to him. So you can imagine how ripe the trees are, in that case. So I'm just in there picking stuff, and it's kind of an amazing thing. There is one really cool story. I think this was, and it'll actually tie this into one of your last guests. So I think it was last year or so. This might have been one of the first times I talked to Tone, and he was, Tone has a really amazing collection of mid-century furniture, and I used to restore mid-century furniture. I was kind of bugging out on that stuff for a long time, so we chatted about that and connected on that a little bit. But he had found a copy of this band called Freedom, and it's a Mississippi group, Jackson, Mississippi group. And the record he found was their first record. It's Red Label. It's amazing record. And it's just one that like seldomly comes up. And the copy he had was pretty beat, but still we worked something out, and I got it. And I was like, man, I'm just like really excited to finally have this copy. And I was doing my whole, fast forward a couple months, I was doing my whole segment for my MTS show on Mississippi, and I started diving deep into the whole scene out there. I got super connected to it's such a small state that everybody knows everybody. So I was getting connected to everybody, man. I spoke to representatives at Malaco. I spoke to members of Wind Chimes, the Wind Chimes track.
Yeah, man.
I was speaking to people associated with the label Talk of the Town. It was just an amazing connection and energy that was happening out there. And I eventually got to chat with one of the guys that was in Freedom. And I was talking about what I was doing, and he was really excited. And, I was telling him about this record that I had and how excited I was to own a copy of that record. And he was like, "Oh man, I have a really clean copy of that record I just found the other day. So it's weird that you called." So
what?
And then he was like, "Actually, I have 2 copies." And this record is rare, man. It's like, I think someone has the copy. So I'll get into how the copy ended up on Discogs, but I'm pretty sure the copy on Discogs is the one I got from Tone, because I ended up trading it for, I think I traded it for a Lee Tracy 7. But anyhow, I was chatting with him, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I found these copies." So this was another case where like mine and Daniel's friendship just kind of, is what it is because of the shit we do together. So Daniel was like, "Yo, dude, link up all these fools. I'm gonna go drive down to Jackson. I'll spend a couple days out there. I'll go talk with these folks, and we'll get as much as we can and see what we can do for any of the reissue stuff for Athens." Nice. So Daniel went out there, and I ended up with these 2 copies. Obviously, I gave one to Daniel, and I kept one, and then I used my other one for trade. But man, it's a mint copy, and it is such an amazing record. It's like got that heavy funk, but it's got like some of that kind of experimental psychedelic stuff happening. And I was pretty stoked, man. But then he started pulling out other stuff, and he was just, man, he had a gold mine of records. We came up on some cool stuff, man. And it was a really awesome.
That's surreal, man.
Yeah, it was a really awesome moment to have one of those artists that you call out to, call up, that leads into something special. And I'm not saying I'm the first person to do this by any means. Folks have been doing this for a long time. Like the Noble Brothers have been killing it like that for forever. Dante has been doing that. Jimmy has been doing that. Mike Bay, like folks have been doing that, like calling up artists, over a decade now.
Definitely.
but there's so many artists to be discovered that it's right for everyone, man. I mean, you just have to invest the time, and you get a lot of folks calling just to get records, which is cool. But for me, it's more about investing in them and seeing what I can give them, how I can, make an opportunity for them. And I think Daniel and I both share that sentiment. So that's why we work really well together. And we have a lot of really amazing projects in the works, not just with Athens. We have a couple other things coming up. I can't get into the details of those yet, but just be on the lookout for that. It's going to be a journey.
Oh, my lady, she's the sweetest thing to me. She's like water to a tree, honey to a bee, and she belongs to me. And when I need some action, she's there with satisfaction. She's alright, the girl's alright. She means a lot to me. Her man I'm glad to be. And when I'm getting high, she's there right on time to make my high complete. And when I'm hallucinating, it's her that I'm creating. She's alright, the girl's alright. Getting high. Sometimes I wonder why. Getting high on you. Oh, my lady, she's the sweetest thing to me. She's like water to a tree, honey to a bee, girl, and she belongs to me. And when I need some action, she's there with satisfaction. She's alright, the girl's alright. Getting high. Sometimes I wonder why. Getting high on you. Yeah, girl. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wonderful to hear. I really do appreciate you documenting this, because once you document it, it's then gonna be around for another set of generations, hopefully, and people can still access information. I also really appreciate when you're sharing these records on Instagram. You always provide context, and it definitely goes a lot further with me when then I'm listening to this records, because then I'm like, and I appreciate as well that everything you mentioned on that post is that it's information that you've sourced. You've gone to the trouble of finding out this information, get that insight from the artists themselves. It's really good to hear. And also what you've been doing to take documenting even further is that you have your show on NTS called The Big Happy Show. And that's another set of documentation, because what you do around that is you focus on particular states in the US and you have dedicated episodes towards that particular area and state, and going through a lot of the great records relating to local artists in that area.
Yeah. The whole NTS thing has allowed me to really focus on the work that I've already been doing, but like put it into a context. So, like you said, each episode I'll highlight a selection of musicians associated with that region. And for me, it's a really nice way to kind of tell a story, to really to go in and force myself to learn more about those particular artists. Because I'm only one person and I only have so much time. I can't really. I mean, it's just impossible to get all that documentation. But having a show like this really helps me focus on learning about those artists, or prioritizing some of the other ones who I haven't learned about. And I'll reach them out. I'll reach out to them like a month before the show or 2 months before a show, and just get information. But yeah, it's turned into something amazing, man. I really appreciate the shows that I do. It allows me to connect the sounds musically. I kind of have this weird mixing style where I like to mix stuff in sometimes, but I also like things to breathe. So like I'll try to mix tracks together, but then one song I'll let kind of like blend out as the other one's blending in, not really focusing too much on the beat matching. But I think that style of mixing is something that I kind of learned over the years of like, I used to be like a power mixer, man, where I would like just mash it in right away, which big ups to any DJ who could do that. I mean, that's like, that shit's hard.
Especially on 45s as well.
Oh yeah. Like DJ Coco, I mean, we all know that fool. But yeah, so when I kind of put these sets together, I'm really considering, who I want to highlight. And, sometimes I have a little focus on like, songs that haven't been played on NTS yet, just to kind of also push some of that obscurity out there and the rares. But yeah, it's become a really, really fun opportunity. And the whole thing came to be, through Instagram. Obviously, that was kind of like what helped push it. But one of my good buddies, his name's Alex. He's part of Parish Council. He's not really big on social media. He doesn't have a social media account, or I think he does, but he doesn't do anything with it. Alex is actually he's from London, and he moved out here about 1.5 years ago, maybe 2 years ago now. And I used to work with his wife, and so we became pretty good friends. And we just got to learn a lot about each other. Amazing musician, a DJ. He was part of a drum and bass crew out in the UK. And to my understanding, they had a pretty big following. They used to go by Illogic and Raph, or it could be Flip, Raph, and Illogic. I don't remember, but they put out a couple records, some pretty amazing, like UK sounds for sure. Right. And so his ability to mix is just, he's like the dude in our crew he's like the dope mixer, like
really.
Yeah, throw a challenge and he'll do it. It's pretty dope.
There's just to say that there's definitely a talent about people who are really good at mixing drum and bass are really good DJs, because
exactly.
It ain't no joke with those BPMs and all that instruments going at the same time. But anyway, continue. Sorry.
Yeah, I know, right, man? That's definitely. So yes, Alex was visiting home. He went and hung out with a few friends, and he was on a car ride with one of his friends, and his friend's name was Sean, and he was telling Sean about some of the mixes I've done, my Instagram page, and just kind of like pitching me to him. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, who's Sean? What, is he just chatting about who he's been hanging out with and stuff? And I thought it was kind of funny, but then he was like, well, no, actually, Sean is one of the owners of NTS Radio. And so, shout out to Sean. He's been a super nice guy to work with, man. And so, at that time, I guess, NTS had put out a call for new DJs to be part of their roster. And I think that submission had passed, because I did see it, and I was gonna like submit some stuff, but I just didn't get around to it. And but after Alex was chatting with Sean about it, Sean was like, man, this is exactly what we want on the show. Like, what he's doing is exactly what we want to put on the show. It's just, it's highlighting some pretty obscure, rare stuff. Like, let's get him on. So we did like so everything was a go. I got like an hour show. I got a monthly show for an hour each show, and it was a 6-month trial, just to see, mainly to see if how I liked it and how everything was feeling. Like, because they knew
any traction on it and stuff.
Yeah, and also just my time, like work and everything. If I could squeeze it in every month. They just wanted to make sure everything was comfortable and it wasn't a burden to me. But for me, it was, it was a vehicle to drive all this additional work that I'm already doing. So I'm in there, working out my schedule for the 6 months that I'm going to highlight. And it's been doing really well, man. I mean, it bumped up my Instagram followers by like 2,000 or something. So it was kind of dope.
That's so good.
In that sense. So like a lot of random folks have been hitting me up, and I even got like a follow by one of the actors from SNL. It's kind of funny from it. So yeah, it's just random stuff, and you get to learn about like all the influence, the crazy influence NTS has on music heads, and it being music, for musicians, or it's like people's direct energy and takes on music expressed through this radio station that is feeding to listeners, and you get such an amazing variety of music. And I appreciate it as a platform for that reason. So I was really excited to be a part of it. And I mean, their swag is off the hook. Like, big up to their design team, man. Amazing clothes. So my 6 months had passed, and I got the opportunity to extend it. So I'm following through, and I just keep been playing the shows on there, man. But
that's good to hear.
Shout out to Alex for introducing me to Sean. That was pretty dope. But yeah, man, that's kind of how the whole NTS thing started. I'm in great company with a lot of folks. Randy's got a spot on there.
Yeah,
Spinnerita's got a spot on there. Funk Freaks, they got a spot on there. A lot of heavy people. I mean, even Jason from Carolina Soul's got an NTS show, which is it's pretty dope, man.
Right, I need to check that out. I really check that out.
Yeah. He's got like the best scenario, man, because he gets all these records from people to sell, and it's a pretty dope setup.
Yeah, shout out to NTS. I do have good memories of listening to your first show live as well. So not even listen to the recorded, the archive, listen to it live. And so what I appreciate is that when your show goes on, it works quite well with the time difference here in the UK. So it must have been like mid-evening for me. I was like, perfect. And I was just sitting there, have my headphones on so I can absorb it as much as possible. Yeah, man, I really enjoyed your show, and I was just like, man, it's so good to hear you have a show like that and have that platform. And it was like a natural fit for yourself. It's like, definitely as myself, like following you on Instagram and watching your watching your profile grow on Instagram to get to that point of having the show where you're now showcasing those records, and especially having that format where you can focus on the different regions like that. Really cool, man. Really cool. So yeah, people, if you've not yet checked it out, listen to the Big Happy Show on NTS. Don't sleep on it.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, it's the last show I did. I think it was my favorite mix. It was all Louisiana stuff. Crazy selection, man. It's got a lot of like heavy funk and electro rap stuff. It's kind of all in there, but you get a real sense of the sound that was happening in Louisiana. And crazy stuff,
especially that electro rap stuff, man. I need to talk to you about that sometime. there's some crazy records out there that caught my attention, especially as a hip hop head. I was just like, yo, man, what is this? And
yeah, man. So you know where? Well, I'll just brief on it right now. So the way that happened, from what I gathered, is there's an artist. One of the main guys out in Louisiana. His name was Ronnie Perkins from Baton Rouge. He actually he did a couple tracks back in the day with Egyptian Lover. So Ronnie has some unreleased material with Egyptian Lover, and was wanting to see if I can help him contact Egyptian Lover. So I put him in contact, but that's another story. But anyhow, the electro scene was kind of established there, mainly in part because of Ronnie, but Ronnie was also good friends with Tommy Jefferson. So Tommy Jefferson put out an amazing record. He has actually a couple of productions that he did, while he was still with us. He was in a group called Tidal Wave. Tommy was in a group called Tidal Wave when he was in high school. And he linked up with a fella named David Trask, and they put out a record under a group called Vortex. And you get to hear some of Tommy's like sound on that record, very similar to the record he put out. But I opened up my NTS show with the flip side of that Tommy Jefferson record. But that was a kind of a product of folks like Ronnie Perkins and Tommy Jefferson, who was, obviously inspired by Kraftwerk, just kind of like taking these sounds that they were hearing from, all over the world and creating their own version of it. And it just like blossomed in Louisiana, and this like version of the electro rap scene had its place there. And there are just so many crazy independent records coming out with that sound. So anyway, that's a brief like history of that, but man, there's a lot to be unraveled there. And I'm actually still actively working on figuring out some of those connections and trying to really pull that stuff out. I'm actually going on a record dig in 2 weeks. I'm gonna fly out to go visit my son in Houston, and I got a record guy out there.
Nice.
Who inherited all of his records from his friend who used to be a radio DJ. So he's got like a shit ton of 45s, and then I'm going to drive from there to New Orleans. So I'm going to stop on the way and do a couple digs. I got some stuff set up. But I'm hoping to pull as much Louisiana stuff as I can, man. There's just endless heat there.
That's really nice to hear. Really, really nice to hear.
Space X, get ready to blast off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lift off.
atmosphere on top of the world where we'll be infallible. Space station. Space station. It's designed to put you in the right groove. Aboard the station, feel the new sensation. Share the stars, keep your head beyond the sky. Destination, it's got to be the station. Space station. Space station. If you want romance, you can get it. Let's get right down to it. My place will hit the right spot. Let's go straight to the top. Come on to the space station. Let's take it to a new place, way up there in the sky, riding high in the space, just watching time fly.
Let me take you to the sky. I want to take you so high. Let me take you to the sky. I want to take you so high.
Celebrate. You can do what you wanna do. To play the part, you've got to make the right start. Come with me to a place in the universe among the stars. We can travel near and far. Space, space station. Let's go for it. Space, over the clouds and beyond the sky. Space station. Let's think of one. Space, moving at the speed of sound. Space station.
Man, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being on the show. It's so wonderful to hear all these stories, and it feels like for me with this kind of thing, like we could like keep talking forever. It's just like just kick it, man, and just do this. But I'm definitely looking forward to the day. I know it will come. It's a day when you're going to be here in the UK, and we'll hook up in London and stuff. We'll hang out, man. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think we're trying to go there soon. So yeah, I'll let you know.
Anything else you would like to shout out or?
Yeah, man. Just just in general, shout out to all the folks that keep up with my journey on Instagram. I met a lot of amazing people. I mean, I can't say it enough. Thank you. Some really it's just a really beautiful community. Knowing that because of it, you can travel anywhere in the world and get the local experience and get to hang with the local scene. It's something that I cherish every time I travel. And so big shout out to all you guys on Instagram that follow me, and also, I mean, just all the homies out here in San Francisco, man, Bay Area. Everyone's so deep out here in the record scene. It's just, it's a really special thing. I mean, the ideas behind the Bay Area record culture has a life of its own. I Also want to give a big shout out to my wife, Erica. She allows me to do this. And she supports all my craziness. But yeah, man, like anytime you have a partner who's willing to help promote you in any way or support you, it's just, it's a great thing.
Definitely.
And thanks to you, man. I'm glad we got to link up for sure. I mean, really cool dude. I know we chatted a lot, talk some shit. We won't say who, but yeah, man. Big ups to you, man. I love what you're doing. I think this is a good way for people to reflect on all the shit that they do, and it's just a real nice way to kind of level out and shape all the information out of people, and just get some stories out.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, man. Yeah, definitely. I do enjoy documenting and sharing this for everyone. This is for everyone to enjoy, and I think this is definitely going to be another one for the books. For having you on today's show with these wonderful stories, and yeah, man. Everyone out there had it ready. If you're not following Mr. Big Happy on Instagram, make sure you do that, and also check out his show on NTS as well, which is coming out once a month.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Thanks again for having me.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll catch up soon.
All right, man. Take care.
All right. Thank you. Oh, man. What a show. Another one for the books. Once again, big shout out to Mr. Big Happy for having him as a guest on today's show. It's been an honor, sir, an absolute honor. Also a big shout out to everything that he's doing. So once again, if you're not doing so already, make sure you check him out on Instagram. Make sure you check him out on NTS Radio as well. And don't forget, you can check out the archives on SoundCloud as well. And to continue the thank yous, big shout out to Parish Council. Shout out to Cool Rao. What's up, man? And of course, big shout out to all the listeners here on Studio Funk. Your listens, your plays are always appreciated. But of course, the show is not done. Before we get into the next segment, I just want to give a big shout out to my Patreon family. And most importantly, a big shout out to Martin, a member here on patreon.com/Studio Funk, who recently made a suggestion to have Mr. Big Happy on today's show. And that's one of the big perks of Patreon. Your suggestions could go towards having future guests on the show, which as a result gives you a nice little shout out on the show as well. So big shout out to Martin. Keeping things moving here on Studio Funk. If you're a regular visitor here on the podcast show, you know we always got to wrap up the show in good tradition of the tribute mix for the special guest. And if you know Mr. Big Happy, you know he's a very great collector when it comes to Soul 45s, 7-inch records. And I thought what I'd do is select some Soul 45s from my collection to wrap up the show. So this is going to be me signing off. Don't forget, you can follow Studio Funk on Instagram, Twitter. Also don't forget about patreon.com/Studio Funk, where you can receive extra perks like track lists to the show, early access to episodes, bonus episodes, and a whole lot more. But don't forget, Studio Funk will be back next month. To give you a bit of a teaser, I've got something really special lined up for August. And you don't want to miss it, trust me. So once again, big shout out to Mr. Big Happy. Let's get into this tribute mix.
I want to do, make it visions of you, visions touch on my mind. Every day, thinking of you, somebody new in my mind. We will be together, together forever, forever and ever be lovers together forever, forever, forever. Oh, girl, I need to belong to you, girl, to you. Come on. Girl, you need to belong like I do to you, girl, to you. Oh, I know, baby, you feel the same way too. Why is it so hard to keep my mind off you? I'll tell you what, let's talk it over and drop the phone, yeah. There is something that I want to do. Make it so good, so good, so doggone good, girl. Let's be lovers. Ooh, if we could be lovers, 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 baby, let's be lovers. Forever and ever be lovers together. Oh, Billy.
Keep your feelings to yourself. That's what they say. Play the field, don't let your heart get in your way, no, no. Now I don't know if what they're telling me is true, but I can't hide my feelings when I'm making love to you, Lord. You got all the moves, and girl, you make me do as you choose. You make me like it, baby. Can't you see I feel good with you? Feel good with you. It feels so good to me, baby. Feel good. It's heaven being here, close to you, doing all the things, baby, your man's supposed to do. Give me what you got and more now. I'll give you what you're burning for. We won't let this magic end. I'll do it again and again and again, baby, 'cause ooh, your kisses burn me up like fire. They keep me strong, so full of desire to do it to me like I like it, baby. Feels good. Feels so feels
very strong, so full of desire. You give it to me when I want it, baby. Some people fall in love with a fantasy. Some people fall in love, they refuse to see. But I won't need her, I won't quality. I won't need her, neither shall we. Some people fall in love with a moving star. They get so deep, they can't remember who they are. But I won't need her, I won't quality. I won't need her, neither shall we. Neither came around when things were down. I gave her my invitation. She gave me inspiration. Never looked so good in her skin changing. Coming to the studio, everybody's when you fall in love, taste that sweet ecstasy. You get so deep, you lose touch with reality. But I won't need her, she's got quality. I won't need her, neither shall we. Neither came around when things were down. I gave her my invitation. She gave me inspiration. Never looked so good in her skin tidy. Coming to the studio, everybody's some people fall in love with a fantasy. Some people fall in love, they refuse to see. But I won't need her, she's got quality. I won't need her, neither shall I won't need her.
I was just thinking how much it means to have someone to share your love, someone who understands understands the things you feel inside. Someone you find yourself always thinking of. I know I'm lucky. Faith is on my side. I must be special to have you in my life, girl. Thank you for your love, baby. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your love, baby. Thank you for your love. So many of us spend all our lives searching for love we never find. Here am I, lucky as could be. I have a love I can truly call mine. I know I'm lucky. Faith is on my side. I must be special to have you in my life, girl. Thank you for your love, babe. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your love, baby. Thank you for your love. I know I'm lucky. Faith is on my side. I must be special to have you in my life, girl. Thank you for your love, babe. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your love, babe. Thank you for your love. Thank you. Oh, thank you for your love. Thank you. Oh,
Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed the show. Studio Funk is a monthly podcast which is available on popular podcast services like Spotify and iTunes, but also can be found on other popular music services like SoundCloud and Mixcloud. If you'd like to support the show, you can do at patreon.com/Studio Funk, where you become a monthly subscriber, where you receive extra perks and extra content. Extra content includes full track list to the show, bonus episodes, giveaways, and a lot more. That's patreon.com/Studio Funk. Thank you.
Studio Funk.